cleaning up the mess. And there's a lot of stuff going on. And basically, I just want to get a reading in general of, I'm thinking I might need to move. I'm not sure. I'm just getting that sense that I have to get my house in order and sell my house.
Okay.
Where do you live?
Yeah, Sarasota. We were right in the bullseye of the
Oh my gosh.
Hurricane
I'm
Milton.
sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. My neighborhood is a mess.
Oh.
But I'm thankful I'm alive. My cats are alive. And I at least had a roof when I came back, because 50% of the people in my neighborhood did not.
Stacey, could you send them the cards to take a picture of the cards? When I know you probably already do that, but
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, and before we get this started for that, Sunshine, did you want a natal reading? You first.
Yes.
DM me your birthday, time you were born, and location, okay? And I'll look at your alignments while she's doing this.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again? My dogs were barking.
DM me your birthday, your time you were born, and your location of where you were born at, okay? That way I can start looking up your alignments.
Do you need it now, right now?
Yeah, if you can do that now, that'd be cool. That way I can look it up while she's doing this reading for Louise here.
Okay. 11/5/57.
Okay.
I don't have my time right now. I'm working on that.
Okay.
And I was born in Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay.
My goodness.
Okay.
I would start barking now.
Time is somewhat important for the reading, just to let you know. It does kind of limit me on a couple things that I could talk to you about, but I can share some stuff with you still, knowing that. So,
okay, I guess I'll go with that. But I'm working on getting my long phone with my time on it. I have to actually go get that.
Do you have a roundabout time? Do you think that you know you were born? Like, was it in the nighttime, the daytime?
Honestly, I do not know. I asked my mother, and she did not remember. So I can't be for sure certain if I was born in the morning or afternoon or evening.
Okay.
But thank you anyway, because I'm going to get back with you as soon as I get my information together.
Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna look that up now. And Stacey, I guess she's gonna draw cards for Louise. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Stacey, you can go whenever you're ready, man. It's the clock, so we can get started. All right, guys. So, just to let you guys know, we're gonna go in order of succession here, for everyone, because I'm trying to get as many readings as we can for everyone in here. After we do the natal readings, Stacey will do a tarot reading for you. Stacey's gonna do a tarot reading now for Louise up front, but if you guys want a full session from me or Stacey, just DM us. It's a part of the process for the energetic exchange, of course, but we do full sessions. I think Stacey does full Reiki healing, pulling out attachments. She also does chakra cleansing and tarot reading, and she's really good at it. So please hit her up or DM her if you want a session from her. And I think she charges it for the price of a haircut, so it's not expensive.
Very reasonable.
Very reasonable compared to other Reiki masters that I've seen out here. So please support her and check out her stuff if you need any help. A lot of the times we need a little extra help energetically. And if you have trouble sleeping at night, or if you have attachments, or if you feel like you're being spiritually attacked and stuff like that, it's really good to have her kind of come and do some Reiki healing on you, and do some chakra cleansing. And she really kind of can pull out attachments very easily. And I found it to help me a lot, especially when I have trouble sleeping. So I highly recommend going to her and getting a session done. All right, so we're going to get this started.
Okay, so this was for Free to Be Me. Is that Louise? Louise, is that what you're saying her name was? Is that right?
Louis. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that.
Okay. Okay, so for you, I sent you a picture of the cards. But I got for you in the past that there was the Nine of Swords. So in the past, I'll show you kind of the screen too. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Hang on. Technical difficulties. In the past, it's a lot of worry, a lot of stress, a lot of sleepless nights, right? You said you went through the hurricane, so that totally makes sense. So you've had probably a lot of sleepless nights and anxiety and stress, fears going on.
Actually, sleeping too.
Totally understand that. I totally understand that.
Yeah.
Then in the present card, I had got the Six of Pentacles. So in the Six of Pentacles in the present means that there's a lot of generosity and charity around you. Maybe people giving to the event, the hurricane that happened. So there's a lot of people around you willing to help and offer this help to you. You just have to find them out, but hopefully that they're coming to you because that has that in your present moment.
Okay.
Now, the significant thing was in the future, I have the Judgment card. And this is like a significant period of time of reflection, realization, potential rebirth, time to assess your past actions and move forward with wisdom. I encourage you to look back on your journey and understanding the decisions you had made and brought you to this present moment and learning from them. It's an opportunity to shed what no longer serves you and to move forward with a rejuvenated spirit. And I know that's, if you've had this really tough time, that could be really hard to do. So just know that you have this time coming where you're going to get some more insight as to what you need to do as far as moving forward. But I know that right now it can be really hard. So we're definitely with you in spirit, and I sent you a picture of the cards too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's awesome. Yes, we're definitely with you in spirit there, Luis. I hope they bring some clarity for you. Okay. All right, so Sunshine, I was looking at your alignments here, and the time does kind of affect a lot because you have to understand that when I'm going to give you a reading of what I could pull, but when you do find that time, hit me up and we'll kind of clarify. But since you are a Scorpio at 12 degrees, you're in your head a lot. I think you're in your head a lot. You do have great personal magnetism to you, powers of persuasion. You have really strong will. I think you won't let nothing in your way of achieving your goals with things. Since your sun sign's in your first house, though, you know exactly who you are. You're enthusiastic. You're determined. You have the strong willpower about you getting things done. I think you're likely to be really enterprising and ambitious with things, and you kind of radiate an energy that stimulates others to be kind of attracted to you. You're just like a mini lighthouse when it comes to how you are. And this is just in your sun sign. I think you're at your best, though, when you can kind of demonstrate your own independence in a way that doesn't interfere with the independence of others. So things where you can do that can help people, but not like kind of mess with their free will in a sense. And also like how you can demonstrate how others can be more independent themselves, like teaching people how to be independent on their own right and not have to be dependent on someone else. That's kind of like being a natural leader. You have this ability to be like this leader that I see in your chart. Being that's in his first house. It's like you're stepping forward and you're commanding your own power. Get what I'm saying? That kind of
Right.
tells me right there. It's what you feel. It's like what is happening right now for you. You're coming into your own power, and you're able to kind of step forth and help people, show people how to be independent, how to take their own power, and you're doing it by example. Right now. Now your moon's in Aries, so you got all this fire behind you, okay? And it's in 19 degrees, so it's very high. It's almost, I would say, almost psychically connected. Like you feel like the Aries moons, they're very passionate about things and they're very independent, okay? Very impulsive. So this leadership streak, and then you have this independent, strong personality with a high energy. Like you have this energy level that's just unbelievable. I think that for you, it's going to help you because it's in your sixth house. So you're very conscious and concerned with what best serves yourself and other people. And I think you perceive the world as chaotic, both inside, spiritually, and outside, what you're seeing because of this being in your sixth house. So you're emotionally always processing something, but because you're doing it in such a you have a tendency to guard against towards hasty reactions to situations because you know that you used to react quickly to situations, and now you're kind of more reserved because of the sixth house. It's kind of telling me that you now are kind of cautious to kind of put your energy out there. Something like you don't want to put your energy out there too much to get kind of seen or to get perceived differently. So that's kind of holding you back there because I believe that Aries moons, they're known for having quick tempers, and a lot of the times they burn themselves out at a younger age, and I feel like you learn these things, so now you're kind of quick to put your energy out there, but there's something that's telling you, hey, I got to step up and take the charge right now. I got to be a leader for my family, for my community, wherever that may be, and I think that's part of your calling that's asking you to do that. Now this can make you really nervous and high strung in just your moods. Like your moods are really interchanging right now because it's your sixth house. Okay. They make you really sensitive about how you express yourself emotionally to people because it's kind of like, you're first coming out here and you're showing who you are to people, something you haven't done before. Like, you used to be kind of more reserved. Now you're not holding back. And I feel like that's the case. So you're very aware of needing to be of service to other people right now. Like you want to help people the best way you can. And it's kind of like you're trying to find a place of how you can do that. And I think you work hard and you can be demanding and critical of yourself at this time, especially if you don't achieve what you think you're not achieving. So be easy on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. You're just coming into your power. You're very spot on. You're very psychic. You're very passionate about things that you love. And you have all this reservoir of energy inside of you. So this is a part of who you are. I think you may also expect others to work as hard as you do when you do stuff. So I think you're better suited to serve the work for yourself, but serve yourself, and other people will then learn to come to terms with their sensitivity and then begin to be more secure with their emotions because of how you present yourself. Because when you're such a dynamic person energetically that you can affect people that way. Just being yourself and your truest self will also kind of connect people that way. It's in your sixth house, so it's pushing you to kind of do this. Yeah, interesting enough. Another thing I kind of noticed is that you have this Pluto and Virgo going on, and this is what I'm just going to say. Your Pluto and Virgo kind of tells me that you are already kind of doing these preventative practices. Your generation is the generation that's doing the crystal work, the grid work. You don't believe in pharmaceuticals, medicine, so you're probably growing your own organic medicines, or you're doing homeopathic medicines or using crystals. So you already were meant to do this. It's intuitive. It's in the 2 degrees. So this is like something that I think you picked up regularly and you're doing regularly, and you're supposed to be doing that to bring that to the collective. So your whole generation is the reason why my generation and everybody else are using crystals and considering homeopathic medicines because you guys are already doing it. You're really conscious of your health and your body. I believe that to be true because you have this Virgo and Pluto sitting there, and it's in its sixth house again. So I think it's like it's wanting to change the environment, wanting to purify the body, health. It's all about that sixth house in Pluto and Virgo. Like they're all about just, strenuous. They almost exert themselves strenuously at their home job setting. A lot of them work at home or at the job, and they work extra hard, and they sometimes stress themselves out a lot because they're constantly pushing themselves. And your generation is kind of overly worried about health issues. So that's why I think the med bed thing is going to be real. It's going to come out. It's going to happen because your generation is the ones inventing the med beds, bringing it into manifestation. And because you guys are overly concerned with health issues, that is going to it's going to manifest in crystallization into this reality. That's what I think one of the things the Virgo and Plutos and Uranuses are going to bring to humanity is the med beds and the self-healing. The self-healing with our own techniques and medicines and stuff like that. So you guys are on the forefront for homeopathics and natural remedies. And I think your whole generation right now is stepping up and doing it. And the fact that you're doing it, everybody's doing it. So I hope that helps a little bit.
Oh my gosh, you're so point on about everything. I'm like in shock here. My mouth is open. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get my full reading.
Yeah, it'll be awesome. It'll be awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, and if you want a reading from Stacy, she'll give you a free tarot reading as well. And anybody who wants to go next,
yes,
just raise your
Stacey.
hand. And Julie's in here too. So thank you, Julie, for being here.
Hi, Julie.
She's also one of my mods too, Kathy. So
thank you so much.
Hi, everybody.
Dad.
Yeah. And for Sunshine, I just pulled you an oracle card. I sent you a picture too for your DM.
Yes.
But I got love, which I like because it's the number 17 card. Love surrounds all your connections. Move forward positively in all areas of your life. So that was really nice.
That's beautiful. Hello? Wait, I can't hear. It went out. Wait, what happened?
Okay, hold on a second here.
Something happened.
I turned Stacy up a little bit for you.
Oh, okay.
I'm a little soft open.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Brad, I can't hear you though.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. I didn't know who was next, who wanted a reading next in here. We'll go with anybody who wants a reading next here, I guess, in order to succession. If you want a reading, just raise your hand, and we'll do it that way. Guys, we're coming into this own here of learning about ourselves, so it's very interesting when kind of everything goes together. And I think Lucy J, you said you want a reading?
I'm sorry, I don't see where people can raise their hand. I'm just letting you know.
Okay, so if you want to raise your hand, just hit that blue button, and then or that purple. It's a purple button. If you're muted, and there you go. There you go. Now that's who it is, Lucy J. And then when all you got to do is just tap on her icon and allow her to speak, and then there you go. Hi, Lucy. I just need your birthday, time you were born, and location, okay? If you want to DM it to me, you can. You don't have to say it in here. If you want to say it in here, you can.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, sure.
I can't hear anybody.
I can hear you.
1 second. Oh, hang on. Hello?
Yep, well, we're here.
No, I can't see anything. 1 second.
Can you hear us?
No, it's not working for me.
We
Oh,
can
you
hear.
can.
We
We can hear you.
just
Oh,
talk.
you can hear me? I can just
Yeah.
about hear you. Very faint.
Oh,
Very,
okay.
very faint.
You got to hit the 3 white dots on the top right corner and put it on speaker.
Right, get the 3 dots and then let me see.
You hit the 3 white dots and then make sure the audio is on speaker.
Oh, the audio. Got you.
Is it on speaker?
Right. Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, hello, everybody. Hi.
Hey, how are
Hi.
you?
I'm good, thank you.
Oh, that's good.
I'm
That's
good.
good. All right. Yeah.
Amazing.
So if you can give me your birthday, your time you were born, and location, I'll look up your alignment real fast. And
Sure. It's the 17th of June,
okay.
and I was born at 2 o'clock in the morning in London, England,
Okay. And what year?
1967.
Okay. 57. Okay. 1 second here. Let me
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. 2 seconds here. Let me see. All right. Let's see here. It's the 17th. Isn't that near Trump's birthday? That's near Trump's birthday.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think his is the 14th June.
Oh, it is?
It,
It's the
yeah,
14th?
it is the
Okay.
14th. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys are in the same week. That's interesting. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Powerful week there.
Oh wow.
Let's see. 2 a.m. Okay. I'm just putting it in so I can look at your chart.
Thank you.
And you said London?
Yes, London, England.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see here. So,
And while Brad's looking that up, I pulled the card for you.
Thank you.
And I got the star card. So
Ooh.
hard times are over. Look forward to an abundance of happiness, enthusiasm, and positivity. I'll send you a picture.
Thank you very much. That's
yeah,
nice.
you have you're interesting. I see a lot of psychic spiritual ability with you. You have this Gemini sun at 25 degrees. You're very much spiritually inclined. Oh, your
Yes,
whole life
yes,
has been like this for you.
yeah,
You've been watched over. God's been talking to you through people,
yeah.
through different things. I feel like this has been like your calling for you.
Hmm.
You kind of like you kind of are, you move through life like a butterfly. You engage with many varied experiences to gain knowledge. You're very
Yeah,
witty. You have a good sense of humor with things. You're a great conversationalist. Your sun
yeah,
signs in your third house. So it's telling me that you are very much developing your intellect and communicating your ideas with people. You're super observant of your reality right now. And you're
yeah.
constantly curious about learning new things and exchanging ideas and stimulating your mind. It's a part of who you are.
Definitely.
I think you're a really good speaker naturally and a writer. Now, I would have to say that only because your Mercury in Cancer is at 18 degrees. So you have a little bit of power in your voice to be able to do that and to relate to
Yeah.
people. In a sense, it's in your sixth house. But your
Hmm.
sun sign is telling me that this third house is all about being able to, you have this great observational skills. So you have this ability to understand and communicate ideas to people at a level that people can really sink their teeth into. It's like you're a natural teacher because you know
Oh,
all this information. Um,
yes.
it's like and this desire for knowledge for you is like constantly you're striving to add to your storehouse of information that kind of enlivens you, invigorates you to know more. So you're on this
Yeah.
journey that's about discovering everything you can about the world and then communicating your knowledge to everyone around you. And you need to
Yeah.
be intellectually stimulated and challenged in order for you to kind of show your talents. Like if you're around a mundane situation and it's not spiritually inclined or something that stimulates you, it doesn't merit you no interest for you. So
That's right.
you have to be around that type of deal. And then your moon signs in Libra. So again, you have a Libra moon at 16 degrees and it's in the sixth house. Libra moons, they're really like gentle, refined people. Okay. Um,
Mm.
they like to please everybody and they kind of, and like I said, I tell everybody with Libra moons this, they got to kind of be aware that they like to be all things to all people,
Yeah.
all people kind of deal, because they don't like to shake they're kind of, their kind of call is harmony and peace at all times. So,
Yeah.
but you have this view because you're in your head a lot at 16 degrees, but it's very much psychic. Like I almost feel like you have vivid dreams a lot of
A
certain
lot.
things,
Yeah.
and you get shown certain things in certain situations to you a lot.
Yeah.
um,
All the time. All the
okay,
time since I was very
yeah,
young.
that's your
Very, very
guides
young.
talking to you, and you're
Yeah.
and in these dreams, they're probably telling you to get out and be of service more, and that's what your moon sign is kind of showing me in your sixth house. It's like you're very conscious of your abilities, and this can make you very nervous at times because you're knowing a lot of things. So
Yeah.
you gotta so it's almost like you want to be of service right now to help others, and you're very conscious of this.
I do.
I
Yeah.
think you may also expect you may be demanding and critical of yourself to that point too, being in your sixth house because you have all this knowledge and you're like, well, I got to do something about this, but you don't know
Yeah.
what to do. So
Yeah.
be easy on yourself, love yourself. I think you might expect others to work as hard as you do, but you will be better to able to serve yourself and others and people when they learn to come to terms with their sensitivity and begin to feel secure with their own emotional standpoint with things.
Yeah.
Because that's who you are. You love to help people,
I
and
do. I
especially
do.
when you're in this you're in this ability to help them. Um,
Yeah.
this you have a lot of you have a lot of fire here. You have a fire rising at
Yeah.
22 degrees, so you're very spiritual,
Yeah.
very energetic. You have all this energy. Um, you're a natural leader. Okay, when you do step up for it, it's within you. Things kind of
Mm.
flow for you very easily in your life and work with people and your interactions with people because they love your energy. Your energy is somewhat variable, but you got like this flow of energy where people just kind of like are attracted to your energy.
Yeah.
Especially with that fire, that Aries fire that kind of stands up there in your rising. Um, again, your generation is here bringing in these new technologies and experiments. You're very health conscious, and I
Very.
do believe you're using crystals and you're very
Yeah.
aware of what these things can do for your body. Um,
Yep.
you probably are practicing them regularly because you are Virgo and Pluto. I think a lot of the spiritual leaders that are awake right now are Plutos and Virgos and Uranus. All you guys. You guys are
Yeah.
the one helping humanity. If you're born in the 60s or the early 70s, you have that in your chart. And um, it's like you guys are so instrumental in helping humanity wake up and come to grips of being able to take their power and be
Yeah.
conscious of their health right now. So
No,
that's what you're
absolutely.
here to do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That sounds amazing. That's definitely how I feel things are going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You have like
That's
this great
amazing.
energy about you, and you're very active. I know you like to get up and move around or walk or be outside. You have this
Yeah.
energy where nobody usually has. You do this reservoir of energy that sometimes you have to burn off, but
Yep.
you have this strong willpower to succeed, and that's something I see within you, especially in your alignment. Because this 22 degrees is telling me that like God talks to you and says, "Okay, you got to get up and go now today. We got to get up and do something." And you're
Yeah.
always doing something. You're
Always, always, always. I can't keep
always
still.
doing
Always.
something. You're always on the go. You're always moving. You got the strong willpower to get things done, and that's what it's about for you. I mean, when you set your sights on something, it's getting done. No matter if it's raining, if it's windy, if it's snowing, you find something to do for yourself. And spiritually, it's like God's talking to you and telling you these things. Like, all right, you got to
Yeah.
get this done today. You got to get this done today. Um,
Yeah.
I think self-discipline for you, in order for you to channel your abundant energy more constructively, would be helpful to keep yourself like grounded and keep yourself in in an area where you can not like just overuse your energy or give your energy out to everyone. Just like
Okay.
control your more. But other than that, I think you're already doing these things. So,
Yeah. Trying to.
22 degrees is real seasoned in energy. So when people have high alignment spiritually like this, it just tells me that that this has been something that has been occurring in their whole life.
Yes, it has. It has since I was born. I'm telling you. Yeah, definitely. Thank you very
Oh,
much. That's amazing. Thank you so
yeah.
much.
Thank you, Lucy.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thank
madam.
you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Adrian Bauer is next.
Okay. Hi, Adrian. You just had to hit the blue button for your mic, and if I can, get your birthday, time you were born, and location. And if you have a question you want to ask Stacy for a reading or for her tarot reading, or if you just want her just to pull a card for you, just let us know. And then we'll go like that. Can somebody unmute Adrian here? Oh, hold on. See here. Oh, you already texted to me. She already texted me her birthday. Okay, I got it. January 5th. Okay, I got you, Adrian. Let me see here.
R will be next, then Crystal.
Okay. All right. Let me see here. I'm just putting Adrian in here. She texted me her information already. All right.
Okay, Adrian. For you, I was got to pull the spirit animal card, and you got honeybee. So it says, let compassion and forgiveness be your top priority in this situation. So hopefully you know what that situation is talking about, and I'll send you a picture.
46. Hold on a second here. I'm just entering in the final information. Oh, I know where Salem, Virginia is. I have some family that lives there. Okay. Interesting.
Thank you, Stacy.
You're welcome, darling.
Now, do you live in Salem, Virginia Beach, or is it Page or Culpeper or Salem?
I'm in the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Okay, so
I'm
okay,
in Southwest Virginia.
okay.
I wished I lived at the beach.
And there is a Salem on in near the Virginia Beach. There's like 2 Salems. Okay. So you have a interesting. Yeah, you're very much, I would say, Adrian, you are very much you're an all-around healer, okay? And when I say all-around healer, I mean you're a person that has a little bit of everything. You're a physical, mental, and spiritual healer. And your sun sign's in Capricorn at 15 degrees. You're very much in your head. You have a really strong mind, and it's in its 9th house. So you're very much concentrated. You're very much invested in creating yourself for philosophy and your personal vision of life. You love the journey of life right now. I think you're willing to study various meanings of life to kind of involve yourself and try these holistic different practices and cultures. It's like attracting to you. Your use of higher awareness to look for pieces of life, to life puzzles and then organize them is kind of like a need for you right now. So you're looking for like the meaning of life, all these philosophies. You're embodying them. You're into higher learning right now. It's just your whole vibe is just like you want to upgrade your knowledge. It's just you have this thirst for knowledge right now, and the universe is kind of pointing you in that direction. You're also drawn to be an observer of others' ideas and experiences because you love to study and reflect back into society and anything that people have to gather to learn. So being the keen observer that you are, you're really good at perceiving that. And then you're also really good at taking these ideas and kind of making them into what they are because you can perceive people's motives very easily. Like you can't, for you, you're really good at seeing things and making them make sense for people, because you have this such a grounded personality with a water moon, because you have this Scorpio moon at 26 degrees. This is like one of your spiritual gifts here, is you're so connected to Source. Source talks to you all the time, and it's in your 7th house. So your moods probably are really changeable. And Scorpio moons, they can come off being moody, and they kind of have to lighten up a little bit with their moods, but their feelings run deep. Their feelings are strong. It's a passionate responses to life. Probably your earlier child home what might have been difficult for you. And I think you may react strongly to emotionally charged situations. But because you have this cap in your sun, it's kind of like you're somewhat grounded yourself, but then sometimes your reactions to emotional situations could or knock you off of you being grounded. So sometimes you have to go and ground yourself. But you're an extremely loyal person, and you can be stubborn only because you know certain things, and you're usually right. So, your moon's in your 7th house, okay? So it's all about interpersonal relationships for you, emotional sensitivity to these relationships that you're having. I feel like you're quite a very social person. You're very popular, among your friends and family. You feel you're quite comfortable in harmony when you're in some form of intimate partnership. So, like, there might be a calling for you to either be in a partnership, or if you're already in one, to rekindle that fire with your hubby or your loved one, because this is that time period where you're looking for a deep, intimate, emotional connection with someone. Either someone is reigniting that fire with someone you're already with, or finding that person that you haven't found. This is that time. I think you become more aware of yourself when you perceive the effects on those immediately close to you, that like intimately close to you. You kind of become more aware of how you are. And that's kind of like, the more interactions you have with people, the more aware of how you are with people. But you're so good at reading people that you should trust your discernment. Okay, don't get worked up about the things. Trust what your gut's first telling you. Okay, because 99% of the time, your discernment, your guides are telling you, hey, like, this is what this is. And because emotionally we can get taken away by things, we overlook the things that we need to see and that actually are right in front of our eyes. But that's okay. It's important for you to learn how to value your own emotional needs and wants and desires, independent of the partnership energy which you're connected to habitually. Like, what you need and desire is very important, and you have to kind of state that. So if you're in a situation to where you're not getting your needs and wants, state what you need and want. Put it out to the universe, because it's very important that those need to be met. And if you're not in a situation where you can't state that to somebody that you're close to, somebody that you're close to, when you speak into existence, will find you in that manner and give you the needs and wants. This is that time period of either finding that person or reigniting that flame that you already had. And that's kind of where I see it in your moon sign. Now, your rising is really, really grounded, and you're really, I almost would say you're close, you're really empathic. To this, you're much of a physical healer. Taurus rouse, like, you have to be outside. That's kind of like your equilibrium neutralizer for you. Because Taurus risings they like the pleasures of life. Okay, they crave comfort and security. You're super grounded. You have a Taurus rising and a Capricorn sun. Okay, so you got a little bit of water in there to kind of make things a little bit more
Just
psychic
like
for you.
me.
Yeah, but you have a lot of earth there. Okay, so you work hard and you play hard. I bet you have a really attractive home, because your environment's important to you. The ruling planet is Venus for Taurus. Okay, and they value pleasure and material things. Venus. It's all about loving yourself and loving others. So this will tell me that you are a physical healer. You have the makings of being a healer. And that's why I know you definitely are. You have a little bit of everything. You're an all-around healer. So being in your presence can heal people. I think you have like a Zen space in your home where you can just kind of go in and just kind of recalibrate yourself, and that's where you will probably find yourself at. So although you're really could be kind of quiet and reserved, maybe passive sometimes about how you feel about things, you have this powerful willpower that gets you through the day. Okay, so there's no stopping you when you set your mind on something. Your will is your way. And uh, I think you can. I think you're the kind of person that can breathe new life into lost causes, which makes you why you're such a great healer. Like things that people will throw away or not try to help, you see the life in it, and you can kind of bring new life into it. You get what I'm saying? Does that resonate to you? On the other hand, you can kind of be rigid on your thinking with things. So being you're just a loyal and kind person, and material rewards seem to come easily to you when having this Taurus rising at 3 degrees. It makes you very sensitive to your environment now. You can't be around a lot of people, a lot of energy, so you have to protect your energy because you do have like a somewhat empathic type of vibe here with this rising. It doesn't allow you to be in large groups of people anymore like it used to, but you do have this ability to go outside and you kind of connect with nature, and nature kind of connects with you right away, and you feel it. I think you're really, for your family, you're a really productive, purposeful person, and you're just stabilizing influence for everybody around you. You just keep everybody grounded and secured, and also this heightened psychic sense in your personality also kind of reflects that as well. And yeah, that's very interesting. Another thing about you, Adrian, is you got power in your voice, so speak your truth. Okay? It's in your 8th house. Your Mercury's in your 8th house. So,
Wow,
you
that
got
was a
power in your
lot.
voice. Yeah, you got power in your
um,
voice, so speak your truth.
yes, I do. But yeah, I am an empath. You know, I live near what happened in North Carolina, and I felt that a lot. So it's good to know that I'll be able to help people. And as far as observing things, I'm a photographer, so it all
Oh,
makes sense what you're saying. Thank you so much.
yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, keep speaking your truth and keep doing what
Yeah,
you because you're meant to be doing these things, and your keen observations will help a lot of people around you.
I've
So,
tried so hard to help people around here because they're really still asleep. It's so sad, but you know, it is what it is. So that I said what I said, and maybe they'll remember it. You know, that's all
yeah.
you can do at this point.
Well, I pray for everything else that goes your way here. It helps here. So thank you so much.
Thank
And guys,
you.
yeah, thank you guys all for joining. And if you guys want a longer session or whatever, just feel free to DM me or Stacy. Stacy does Reiki healing and also chakra cleansing. She can also take out attachments from long distance. She's a Reiki master Reiki practitioner that just got her official calling. So she's really good at what she does, and I highly recommend her, guys. If you need some healing from a distance, and she only charges as much as for a haircut, and she's really good. So please DM her if you're really interested in that. And I used it a lot the other day. I think I had trouble sleeping, or I think Kathy had trouble sleeping one night and called Stacy, and Stacy did her thing, and next thing you know, Kathy was out. So
Yes. All right, Brad. So
Kathy
we
called
have
Stacy.
yes. Oh, Stacy also reads tarot cards.
Yes, she does tarot readings too. Yes.
Yep.
So please DM her if you need any insight with something or just some spiritual work. She does chakra cleansing and she removes attachments. And she's an awesome soul, and I appreciate her for being here and doing what she's doing. And I appreciate all you guys for being here. This is amazing.
All right. So Heather is next, Brad. Heather,
Okay.
go ahead, honey.
Hello.
Hey, Heather. How are you?
Hey, good. How are you doing?
Good talking to you. Yeah, I'm doing good. Doing great, actually.
Awesome.
Sweet. Did you wanted both readings, right? You wanted a natal and tarot reading.
Yes, please.
Okay. Can you give me you can either DM it to me or you can tell me on here, it doesn't matter. Your birthday, time you were born, and location, okay?
Okay. My mom, for some reason, she can't remember the time, but she knows it was in the morning.
Okay.
But
Do you know what
but my
close time in the morning would be?
uh, honestly, no. She's trying to
Okay.
remember.
Okay. Okay.
But my birthday is June 27, 78.
Oh wow. Very the those the cancers and early cancers, man. You guys are very magical. I can say that first week of cancer is very magical. I don't know what it is. You guys have like this natural gift of just being able to perceive people, and it's like all of you guys are wizards, like awesome wizards. But, but you guys very magical, man. I don't know what it is. Okay. Let me go ahead and look this up real quick. All right.
And Heather, did you have a specific question, or you just want me to pull an oracle card for you?
I'd say just go ahead and pull an oracle card, please.
Okay. I was
Heather,
getting
where were you born? What state and city?
Oh, Anderson, Indiana.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Ooh, I like this card. I was getting that you needed a fortune oracle card. So this is what I got for you. Whoop.
Ooh.
It is angel. It says your angels are guiding and protecting you on your spiritual journey. So that's really nice. I'll send you a picture.
Thank you. Yeah, I that's awesome because I've been feeling like that they have been around me a lot lately.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Thank you, Stacy.
You're welcome.
Yeah. You have so your sun side's in Gemini. Well, actually, hold on a second. It shouldn't be in Gemini. Let me see. Is it June 6th, 27, right? Oh wait, hold on. No, I gotta change it. Hold on a second here.
Not a
Got the
problem.
wrong one. Like, wait a second. It's not Gemini. Okay, here we go. There we go. There we go. Now we got the right one. Okay, Cancer. There we go. Yeah, that Cancer at 5 degrees, man. And it's in your first house. So yeah, you're very much. I feel like you're very much of a physical healer. I would almost say empathic with some certain energies because you're very keen on your intuition. Like your intuition is very changeable because your moods because you absorb a lot of energy around you. You're always transmuting energy around you. Um, I feel like you have like this strong connection, the strong sign of nurturing people, being able to nurture. You're a natural healer, physical healer in this aspect and it's in your first house. So you're stepping into your own power right now. First house represents a concentration of the vitality force to be and act and to initiate, to start who you are. You're very enthusiastic. You're determined. You got this strong willpower about you. You have these enterprise and ambitions, and you radiate this energy that stimulates others to be attracted to you and who are around you. That's why I said you're a physical healer. Because your presence alone kind of uplifts people's energy. I think you're really courageous, independent. You're ahead of your group, ahead of your time. You're like this natural leader that's kind of formulating within you. And that's okay. You're at your best when you can demonstrate your own independence in a way that doesn't interfere with the independence of other people. So being this leader that you are, doing the things that you're doing, stepping up and helping people, explaining things or taking the lead, and not infringing on their free will, but then they can kind of see that you are this person and it kind of empowers them, seeing you being empowered. So you're like a spiritual battery for people. Okay. So if you're charged up and you're ready to go, you empower everybody else around you. And that's kind of how it is. And then you have this, now I'm not sure if this is your moon sign. I'm pretty sure it might be because you have a fire moon and it's in its 10th house. Aries moon and it's in 4 degrees. So you're very much a physical healer. Maybe Reiki might be interested for you, or might be massage therapy or something to do with your hands or being around people, maybe like a practitioner, nurse or something. But you just Aries moons, they're very impatient and impulsive type of deal, and very kind of high strung energy. But since it's in your 10th house, right? 10th house is all about your acceptance in the public career, your work, your prestige. Like it's all about work for you and like how to better yourself in life and help people around you, because prestige matters a great deal to you. So you are ambitious in the outer world because you feel that you have something important to share for others around you, and this makes you kind of strive towards being a leader. Like, you already have these leadership around you, but then this makes you even more of a leader, because it's like, well, I want to be the best in my community, to help what I can help and help everyone around me. I want to take the step forward. And I think you have this great inner strength and emotional control, um, which can kind of project outward as power. Like, people look at you and they're like, man, she's a powerful woman. I feel like that's the case. Because you just have this commanding energy about you. When you walk into a room, people kind of feel that energy. And then being in the 10th house, it's all about the prestige, the work, the control, the ambition. You feel a need to be connected to being useful in society. Like, you feel like, how can I put my good things to use to help the public out? That's what the 10th house is calling you for. I think you'll do your best when you're in a position to perform to the best of your qualifications and abilities and talents right now, and use those talents to improve everybody around you, whatever it may be, whatever talent you do, whether it be writing, physical healing, whatever that you do the best. Stay on that, excel on that. Whatever you love to do, stay on that, excel on that, because whatever you do kind of radiates and helps everyone around you 10 times better. And that's something of a gift for you. You're very much a physical healer and an empath. All your first 3 planets are under in 10 degrees. At least this is what it's saying here. You're saying you have a Cancer rising, but we're gonna go more into your Mercury. Your Mercury's in 20 degrees Cancer, so you got power in your voice, and it's in your first house. You have excellent memory with things. I think your memory is pretty good. Because the sign of Cancer is closely involved with storing up senses of impressions and memory, you have like this tendency to live in the past with things, but but this will make you very psychic, okay? Because you remember things and you can kind of connect these things to future events. So having it at 20 degrees makes it very psychic abilities. You can perceive things at a different level, especially when you're taking in conversations with people, and that's interesting too. One of your callings here, I would have to say, is the Uranus energy and the Neptune energy and the Libra energy. You're actually all 3 of them. Uranus and Scorpio is kind of calling you to kind of dig beneath the depths and of what you're seeing around our reality, and to bring that to the collective, to do all this research, to take all these taboo things that we're discovering, learn about the occult, the astrology, all these things that haven't been in mundane reality, and to bring them to the collective. And I think you're already doing those things. And then with this Neptune alignment for you, being in Sagittarius, it's kind of like you're pursuing anything that's high-minded, philosophically inclined, spiritually inclined, with gusto and energy, and you're embracing it and embodying it as yourself. Like, anything that sounds legitimate, that makes it make sense, you're making it make sense, and you're bringing it to the collective. So these new age ideas, frequency, vibration, connecting the source, God, the creator, going beyond the normal confines of religion. That's what you're here to do. You're here to kind of show people that there's more than just the Bible, and there's more to the story in our world, you know?
Oh man,
And
you're on it on that.
mm-hmm. Right. So I think it's part of your mission. Now, that Libra and your Pluto kind of tells me that, like, you don't like contractual agreements, and I have a Libra and Pluto too. So it's like our whole generation kind of we either end up getting married earlier in our lives, or we end up getting divorced, or we end up never being married, because we don't like contractual agreements. So we kind of have experiments with different relationships, and some relationships are meant for spiritual growth, and we're meant to meet these people either to produce an heir or to have some kind of spiritual stimulation for our growth. And a lot of the relationships that we've been in our past are unconventional. So we end up finding people who are addicts, or people who have dependency issues and stuff like that. And I think that we're supposed to bring these experiences to the collective, so the collective knows, and that it's now aware that these relationships do happen, and that way it creates this wisdom so it won't happen again. But nevertheless, Libra and Pluto, we don't like contractual agreements or anything. We kind of like to keep things open, and I see that in your chart too, especially at 13 degrees and it's in its 4th house. So yeah, that's why I say you may have difficulties in marriages and partnerships throughout your life with that. because of,
Oh, go ahead.
oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, my husband and I, oh man, we go at it, but then we calm down and we figure things out, and then in the long run, he's like, all right, yeah, you were right. I'm like,
yeah, you both might have it too. If you both have it in your chart, then you're definitely going to go at it a lot more so than not. But if you both have that Libra and Pluto in there, you both are going to not see eye to eye in a lot of things. But there's always that kind of unique relationship is like that room for spiritual growth, where you're going to end up seeing eye to eye down the road once you start seeing the bigger picture with things. So it's meant to happen that way. So that way we get a wide variety of experiences with different souls, and to bring those experiences to the collective. So now everybody knows how that is, and how these relationships go, and how people are feeling from everybody's perspectives. So, very interesting.
I'm told I'm very interesting, and yeah, I try to do my best what I can to try to help heal people, whether it's just a talk, give them a hug or something. But they say after that they're like, no, I feel 10 times better, and I was praying that somebody would cheer me up, and here you are. And I was like, well, that's why I'm here.
Oh, it's awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And I saw your telekinesis video, and I said, man, that's a freaking cool video that you were doing. Yeah, you are. I would say that because you move energy around like that so much, that's something that you probably would develop for you, is being able to do that. Because physical healers can move energy around. They do have telekinesis, a lot of them. So a lot of them will be doing stuff like what you were sending me, moving tinfoil around and objects and items, because they have a lot of energy. You have this ability to move stuff around because of all this energy that's aligned in your chart. It's like you can kind of feel energy, you can transmute it, you can move it around. It's within you. So when I saw you do that, I said, man, that's a physical healing attribute right there.
Oh, you should have seen my face when I started doing that. I'm just like cheesing and I'm laughing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can do this.
Yeah, that's so cool.
It's
that's so
awesome.
Cool. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Brad.
I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you.
That was just a little mini reading from Brad. I mean, Brad gives you like so much more when you get a full reading too. But,
yeah.
I'm planning on getting a hold of him.
Yeah, my full readings are so detailed. I go through everything. We go through all your natal charts, your galactic chart, and then the birthday reading, which I go through your fixed star information, and it brings another accent to who you are and why you are in this place. And a lot of the times we don't realize, guys, that like when we're born and when we incarnate into this life, we have our soul leaves like a map. That's what the natal chart is. It's a map of all of our previous experiences before we incarnate here. And some of us have been in this incarnation on Earth for a long time, like just here. But before we incarnated here, the older souls, we've been doing things way before then, and that's where we get all these memories of being able to do these things that we do very well. Like some of us are great artists, and we never went to school for art. That's because we were doing it in a previous life. Or some of us are just great natural leaders, and we were leaders in a previous life. And it reflects on what we learned as a soul, and where we're from. So all these different places where we're from is where we learn these different experiences and these different aspects of ourselves, which makes this even more interesting.
It does. Thank you. Thank you both for the readings. And Brad, as soon as I get my time, I will be getting a hold of you and see about getting a full length.
Yeah. All right, Heather. Awesome. Blessings to you.
All right. All right, blessings, and everybody have a safe and wonderful night.
Thank you, Heather.
Thank you.
So next,
All right,
we have
bye-bye.
bye.
Bye.
We have Crystal the Pistol next, and then
Okay.
Viking is under Crystal.
Okay, and Viking. Okay. Hey, Crystal, how are you? How's the Ormus?
Crystal, you'll
Doing
suck.
good.
Oh, there you go.
Doing good. This is good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Did you want to DM me your birthday? Did you already do that?
Yeah, I'll DM it to you. Hold on.
Okay.
Do you want to do it to this one you're on now, Galactic Federation?
Yeah. You can just DM it to the Dad Bread name. To my personal account here. I'm on my personal name here, so
This
No,
birthday,
it's
right?
on your Galactic page.
yeah, don't put it on the Galactic page.
No, I didn't do that.
But if you want to, you can, but I mean I don't think anybody's gonna do anything with it, but still.
Right here, DM.
Okay, cool. Oh, all right, cool.
It's the
I
date
got
of
you.
birth, right?
I just need date of birth, time you were born, and location. That's all. And you're one of those angel number babies, so I remember that. I know your birthday is on the 11th.
Hmm.
Okay.
And Crystal, did you have a question for the tarot cards, or did you just want an oracle card?
Ooh, I don't know. What comes better? I don't know. What do you think?
Just whatever you want.
She's really good at tarot, man. You can ask her any question you want. She's pretty good.
I can do past, present, future.
What was the first question?
I could do like a past, present, future for a question, like a no, grow, let go, what you need to work on kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm wondering the future. I mean, I want to do past too, but I think the future is more relevant right now.
Okay.
You said the future is more relevant.
Anything specific that you're wanting to know about in the future?
How much longer until I find a job doing programming?
Okay.
Hey, Crystal, can you text me your time that you were born? You know the time?
Yeah, I'm looking at that pattern app really quick because I put it in
Okay.
I think it's at 3:48, but I don't want to say the wrong time.
Yeah. You're good. All right.
And tarot doesn't necessarily like timing because our actions and other people's choices change the timing, just so you know.
Yeah.
I'll
There is
see
no
what
time in the entire realm.
I can see what I can get.
Yeah, there is no time in these higher realms, from what I'm understanding. All the experiences that we have as a soul, we are having all at the same time. So when the soul comes together, it's all these different experiences. That's why we have all these different memories of these different things. And it's hard to wrap our head around, but we're having it simultaneously. Because in these higher realms and dimensions, time doesn't exist. Everything's happening all at once. So, kind of interesting.
Yeah, and for you, Crystal, these are the cards I pulled for you. I've been on the screen. I don't think my video's on. Hang on, back screen. Okay. So in the past, you have the Seven of Cups, which is a lot of choices, a lot of it could be a lot of confusion, but usually it's a lot of choices going on. In the present, you have the Magician, so you're trying to manifest this job to come to you, and you have all the tools that you need. The Magician has everything. He has the wands, the cups, the swords, the pentacles. So you're manifesting this job in the present. And then in the future, I have the Two of Cups, which is like a partnership, a business, even like something that's going to come from your higher self agreement too. So that's very positive. If this is something that you're wishing for, it is showing your future. It's not showing me a timing, but it does show that is something that you're definitely manifesting currently, and I see that is coming in for you. So that's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. Okay. Yeah, so you're very much a mental and physical healer. With you do have power in your voice. I knew you did, Crystal, because the way you talk, it's so soothing. That like you talk so soothing that you have like an ASMR voice. So you can kind of put people at ease when you speak, and then you speak you speak so well about things that and these perspectives that you have are so different, and that they make people think a lot, and that's because you have this Aquarius moon at 4 degrees. Okay, Aquarius moons, they're very socially minded and progressive people. They're very charming and gracious, and they're somewhat erratic in their behavior because they think differently and they love to talk. They're natural talkers. They're air moons. Okay, air moons, they like to talk about their feelings, about everything. They're all night talkers. um, I think you're consistently kind to other people, and some people might say that you come across as cold or distant, and I think it's because you just protect. You're really, it's more of because you have a mental rather than emotional nature to yourself. It's not like you. It's not like you don't care. It's just you prefer. It's more of a thinking thing. You desire to be an active force for good. That's what the main thing is, and I think you will achieve this because you have great originality in your thoughts. That's one of your gifts. Your thought process is on another level than most people, and you're very much an empath in the sense of energy. So you can't be around a lot of people. That's why being in the mountains where you're at right now is perfect for you because and it's in your fourth house. Your moon sign is so. Fourth house represents emotional sensitivity with issues of home life and the way you care for those close to you in your environment. So it's like you're naturally domestic and you feel connected with the need to feel that you're in an environment which feels like home for you. I think you have like sentiment towards family and close friends and your emotions, and you tend to select people around you who feel like family in some way or another. Like that's what's a calling for you. So you're around a lot of family members, a lot of friends that's family to you, probably around home a lot. And it's like a cleansing for you, and being around in the mountains too helps you out because that 4 degrees, man, you're so empathic and so sensitive to energies that like you need an equalizer. And that's that ankle equalizer for you. I think sometimes you may withdraw into your own self as a way to create more secure home base within you, but when you're not emotionally satisfied with things, but you feel a need deep inside for a permanent home base, like something you can call home and security, and that's what that fourth house is looking for. Um, the fourth house also makes you want to be attached to your possessions and hold on to what you have because they have some kind of sentimental connection to them, wherever they may be. So, even though you feel that you might need a stable home, you may have changes in your residence and search for a secure and comfortable habitat. Like you might be even looking for a new home right now. Like you might be in the search of looking for like moving to a place that's more secure, even though I think you found that place. But um uh that's okay. Now, the fourth house they tend to hold on to their feelings a lot, which you might have to learn to release. You need a creative outlet in which you can talk, write, and artistically express these deep emotions that you have because you don't get to verbalize them out a lot. So, that's something that you have to kind of work out, but I think you already kind of discovered it. And then going into your rising, you got a lot of water, man. Air, man, air rising. You have an air rising Libra at 16 degrees. This is why you're such a loved person. You're just a great person. Libra risings are very fair-minded. They seek harmony and beauty and balance in their life. They are natural charmers. Okay, they know how to charm people and make people feel good. They say the right things. Libra is a sign of balance in the relationship. It's the sun. It's in Libra. It's like the equinox. It's like the daytime. Similarly, Libra strive for harmony between polarizations for things. But you forever hope that all parties to a conflict will be satisfied with things. Like you don't like disrupt. You don't like discord. You like harmony and balance. And you have a tendency to understand and support both sides of a dispute because you see both sides very clearly. Like you have this ability. You're such a mental healer that I believe that you have visions in your mind of certain things and events that happen because you kind of time travel and you see these events and they happen, or they could be vivid dreams for you. because you're so powerful. You have such a powerful mind. So that's why that what you were saying with the Armis, as soon as you start taking it, it took off for you. I can see why, because you have like this a lot of mental energy. You're very psychic in that sense. I think you're an excellent outlet for your love of beauty and in any artistic pursuits of all kinds, whether it be writing, singing, performing. You're just an all excellent conduit for that. And you benefit from strengthening your will to act in favor of your higher purpose, which lies ultimately in dedicating yourself to humanity. That's what your higher purpose is, to be of service, to service to others. Because you have such a powerful voice. Is that Mercury, okay? Your Mercury in Scorpio at 25 degrees, this is your gift. You're so powerful. It's so deep. And it's in your second house. This Mercury in Scorpio makes you so observant power. You have such strong psychic observational powers that are really, and your thoughts run deep and they're really strong. You have this deep seated urge to communicate and connect to other people right now. And sometimes it doesn't find its realization because you kind of, hold back on saying certain things, but because you have power in your voice, people listen to you. You should speak your truth, because you reach so many souls, so many people, to the soul, that when you speak your truth, it's already been ingrained in you, because you have this strong will and this passion for discovering the truth beneath the surface of things. And when you do, you teach people along the way. So you have like this natural teacher-like ability, to kind of teach people. And I think that might be a calling for you. It's in 25 degrees. But on the outside, because you have the Scorpio and Mercury, it make you appear quiet, almost passive. And that's because you're an acute observer of the world around you, and you kind of like to observe before you kind of jump into things. And that's okay. You like to know everything before you kind of speak, and that's good. But when you constantly, and then perhaps unconsciously, make judgments about other people, and you got to be aware of being overcritical about that. It's not, and it might be unconsciously doing that, but it's okay, because it benefits you to cultivate practice of understanding and acceptance with these people. And being that's in your second house, okay, this is like this strong connection between your inner awareness and your values and the resources available for your use to have right now. Like, you have this innate sense of what you know that you need to survive, and how you need to survive with things. And your thinking is so well grounded in reality that you're a natural conduit for acquisition and distribution of resources. And people should trust you, be able to like divide things up and to budget. Like, you're an excellent person with money and budgeting, and knowing how to kind of see the end of the road there. I think you have this talent for dealing with issues of finances or property rights. And that's something maybe you should look into in the future. It's like helping people get their properties back, and balancing and budgeting stuff. Like, you're natural at doing that. I think you learn more from practical matters more than schooling, and that's probably why you do a lot of homeschooling, because you're a natural teacher. And you learn from doing it yourself than other people. So this is where if you like to put things into practical application, and with an artistic quality of mind, to add a little flair to it. And that's what it says here in that second house. I think anything involving written word, education, or finance is up your alley. Natural teacher or teacher, and I think that you are, because you do that with your own children. So that's something that you're already doing. But you also have this you have a tendency to go your own way, to believe what you want to believe, and that's good. To have that free spirited of mind. So benefit from developing a detached and cultivating open-minded attitude towards things would help you a lot. And yeah, you have interesting chart. Your Jupiter, just to go real quick, your Jupiter is in the expansion planet. It's in Sagittarius. It's in 14 degrees. So this is telling me you're very lucky. Because you have Jupiter's ruling planet is Sagittarius, and then you have this, and it's in its and it's in its third house for you. So you're very optimistic. You're very lucky. You're very freedom loving. You enjoy traveling. Your consciousness is so expanded that you're you're able to seek opportunity through education and explore new horizons with things. And you're constantly expanding your repertoire of skills and knowledge. You're always learning something. You're always researching. And that's part of your gift, is to be able to perceive things that others can't, and to constantly keep striving for more. And because it's in your third house, your Jupiter, this again makes you very charming, clever personality. This can make you somewhat scattered in your thoughts or your interests, because your interests are going to be about everything. Being it's in your third house, you kind of want to know everything. You want to know a little bit over here. You want to know a little bit about this. You want to know a little bit about this. But that's good, okay? Because, like I said, having in your third house makes you a good teacher. And very optimistic, very changeable, because things are always changing in our knowledge base, right? So, since you since you see the value of many different pursuits, it's kind of difficult for you to narrow down one thing you want to do, because it's in your third house, because you want to do everything. So, and you might in fact lose opportunities through your ability to focus and narrow down something, because by the time you decide to do something, the opportunity might already be over. So, it's okay. Just take your time. Be aware of just take your time. Focus on what you want to focus on. All that information is going to come to you, and I believe it already is, because you have this capacity to really help heal people. You are a mental and physical healer that's very much of an empath. Okay, so you can't be around a lot of people. A lot of people affect your energy, and you have to protect your energy. But since you're in those good old mountains, those mountains have a lot of quartz in there, and that energy helps cleanse your aura all the time. So you probably are really feeling it now that you have that Ormus, and it's helping cleanse out all that negative energy. And yeah, you're meant to do this stuff. You're meant to be where you're at. Having a Sagittarius in your Uranus and Neptune, that tells me right there that you're meant to bring these to the collective. All these these exotic foreign intellectual systems, like new ways of healing, the new age stuff. They like to say new age. All that stuff you're supposed to be into, and bringing that to the collective, all this information. So you're already on your universal path of what you're doing. And you're a universal teacher. I think a healer, physical and mental healer, with some spiritual attributes, because you got power in your voice. And use your voice, girl. Speak your truth, because whenever you speak, man, people listen. People will pile into the rafters to hear what you got to say. So I hope that helps.
That's awesome.
Oh my Jesus. Wow. Nailed it. Yeah. Wow.
And Crystal, for the Two of Cups, that could be a few weeks or a few months. So hopefully by 2 months you'd have the job that you're wanting. Maybe sooner.
In my last job, I was a compliance underwriter for 8 years.
Compliance
So I
underwriter,
learned
really?
code. Yeah. So now I'm looking.
Wow.
I'm really good at it. So now I'm going up to analyst.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, that fits you, man. The distribution of resources fits you perfectly. Perfectly. So thank you, Crystal. I appreciate you. Let me do this reading on you. That was awesome. We got
Thanks,
Viking next.
Crystal. Yeah,
Thank you,
Viking is
Crystal.
next.
Okay. Hi, Viking. How you doing?
Doing well, brother. Doing well. How are you doing?
Doing great, brother. Doing great, man. If you can, just send me your birthday, time you were born, location. If you want to say it on here, you can. If you want to DM it to me, you can. And I can I'll look it up here.
I got nothing to hide, brother. March 29th, 1959, Parkersburg, West Virginia, 5:33 in the morning.
You said 5:33?
Yeah, 5:33 in the morning.
Okay. And 129, 50. Okay. Nice, man. Okay. 1 second here.
And now for Stacy. Do you want Stacy to pull an oracle card for you, or do a question?
Oracle's fine.
All right. I was getting that you needed a spirit animal card, so we'll see what kind of animal card you get there. Okay. Viking. For you, I got shark. And it says, trust your instincts to discern the truth of the situation. So I'll send you a picture of that.
That is so fitting.
Okay. Almost there here. Okay, let's see here. All right. Okay, perfect. Let's see here. What we got? Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I see you as a very, very physical healer, man. You help people in need, especially your presence. Your presence is very important. You're very good at reading people. Like, you're a people person. I see you. Well, you have an Aquarius and Sun. Okay, you're very scientific minded. You're very logical, confident. I think you're likely ahead of your time in your ideas and thoughts, and your thought process. That's why you're so well loved, man, because you have such a crowd of people around you, because you're just an original person that speaks their mind. You're very intuitive. You're very imaginative and inventive with things, and you're inclined to take chances, but especially in service of your goals and others. When it helps others, you're willing to take a chance. And because it's in 8 degrees, you're very much of a physical healer. So your presence raises the vibrations of everyone else. So that's very interesting, and it's in its first house. So you are discovering who you are. You're enthusiastic. You're determined. You got a strong will about you. You're very enterprising and ambitious. You radiate energy that stimulates others around you, and it attracts others to you. That's why you have this group of people that love you, man, because you just are a lighthouse of energy. You're a very courageous, independent person. I think ahead of your time in your thought process, and you seek freedom of guilt control, of governing by the means of your own willpower. You just seek your own freedom, and you're stepping forward. You're discovering in yourself that you have this leadership ability about you, and you're taking your own power back. I think you're at your best when you can demonstrate your own independence in a way that doesn't interfere with the same with the independence of others. But that's how you're doing it, sharing your stories, and being able to empower people to step up and be their own leader. That's where I think it's a calling for you, being in that. Now, your moon's in Libra too. You have a Libra moon. Libra moons love to talk. So the fact anybody who has an air moon that has a channel is perfect for them, because they like to talk about everything. It's very much in the healing attribute. Libra moons, they love balance, they love harmony. They're really refined, and they're excellent charmers. They're very kind, and they like to please everybody, and they got to be aware of a tendency to be all things to all people. But you're a soul of courtesy, okay? And you're very graceful, elegant in the manner of how you do things. And you enjoy the company of other people, and may be uncomfortable with too much solitude. So a lot of Libra moons tend to just love to be around people. They don't like to be by themselves for too long. It's in your 9th house, so you're very much focused right now, even on your downtime, of higher ideas, philosophy. You're somewhat of a dreamer, and but your philosophy is based on your feelings and sensitivity to your ideas regarding the super conscious realms. Like, you're very much into these high intellectual conversations, researching more about these higher realms of consciousness and philosophy, these ideals of humanity that haven't been kind of told. You're constantly studying your experiences to redefine your own philosophy about life, and which may be the basis of your own vision of religion. So, like, I think your philosophical attitude may seem difficult for other people to understand, but it's because you already have visioned these things, and it's like you're kind of opening Pandora's box for a lot of people and helping them realize who they are. And that's good, because that's part of what you're here to do. It's get people to discover who they are from the inside. You love to travel, and you're likely to have many journeys, and you're constantly trying to maintain this ideal emotional state of being to help others. So you're like a beacon for a lot of people, and that's why I said you're a physical healer, because you constantly, when things are rough and down, you're that lighthouse for people to kind of come in and get some solace. You have this strong need to share your philosophy of life with people and with others, and that's where it helps people, is because you can be able to talk people through these tough times and to get them to understand that their power is within their self. It always has been. In this way, you can share your redefined, imaginative, and creative insights and show others how to refine their inner visions along with you. So it's kind of like the insights that you experience are helping others find their own insights within them, and that's part of what your calling is, because it's like your physical presence is needed to kind of help start these things. Being that your rising is in Cap, you're very grounded. You're very grounded. You have this drive about you, and it's also in 6 degrees, so you're constantly doing stuff. Cap risings are very ambitious and practical people. Kathy's one. So, they're excellent. They have an excellent sense of responsibility and social responsibility. They're very responsible people. They're always doing stuff. They always are concerned for other people. They are the ones that are stepping forth. A lot of them are the first responders. The people that are there, worried about people. Their ruling planet is Saturn, so they're very conscious of social mores in society and how they need to input themselves. And this is kind of calling for you here too, because for you, it's kind of like you kind of need some kind of control factor to kind of help, but it's also helping of being of service too. So you're still careful to do what others expect of you, but you have this natural caution that allows you to advance slowly and steadily to anything that you do. So because you're naturally cautious, you proceed things, and you proceed to the top in anything that you put your determination and willpower on. And when you do it, it gets done. There's no doubt about it. When you do stuff, it gets done. Capricorn represents the accomplishments of the material world, the prestige, the honor, the public success. However, the driving force behind this ambition sometimes is like hidden feelings of insecurity or low self-esteem. So that's like sometimes the driving force. I don't think that's for you. I think, but it is. Life is not easy for those who have this in their chart a lot of times, because they put themselves under so much pressure to perform. They're so critical of themselves that they have to dot the I's and the T's have to be crossed perfectly every time. And that's the pressure they put on themselves. And it's pressure they only put on themselves. It's not anybody else doesn't put this pressure on them. But that's why they get things done so efficiently. Because you set the bar for yourself so high. I think you benefit from seeking to share your gift with the world. Doing what you're doing right now, making it so you can talk to people, relate to them, help them find who they are within. Because you're at your best when your goals is to strive for others' welfare as well as your own. And that's where I think you really will do its thing for you. Your one of your gifts, Viking, is your voice. All these people have power in their voices. It's time for you guys to step up. You guys are stepping up. You got 28-degree Mercury. That's powerful. That means God talks to you a lot through your mind and through when you speak. And when you speak, people listen. That's why you have so many beautiful souls in your chat that are in there daily listening, because you have this ability to move men and women in the spirit. And it's in Capricorn. So you're very serious. You're very practical. You're detached mentally. You're a grounding, stabilizing force. You're a great teacher. This is who you are. This is a calling for you to be a teacher and to help people. I think you're very determined and careful in your speech and communication with others, because you're very aware of that. You're very aware of, and I know you're aware that you have the power in your voice because it's in your first house. So this is like you have this acute intuitive perception to bear on all that you encounter. Like, you're very intuitive and you're very spot on with things, with how you see things. And people notice that. They know that. They can feel that in their spirit. You can help keep others on track with this reality of what's going on. And that's why I think what you're doing. You are like a beacon of light to help when people are like confused or don't know where to go. They can rely on you. because you have this ability to kind of help people find their self, find the sight, find the lighthouse in the fog type of deal. And because you have this good concentration and attention to detail, you hit all the buttons. You don't miss any marks, man. So that's part of it, man. It's part of who you are. I think you are extremely sensitive to visual and auditory senses of impressions. So lights, sounds, you probably hear sounds from beyond, or you probably see a lot of things. Being that's in 28 degrees, that makes you very psychic. In that sense. So you might be hearing voices from another realm or seeing things a lot. And it's been like this your whole life. So because of this, but this is super high alignment. Like somebody who has a high alignment in their Mercury like this, they tend to be spiritual leaders in the forefront, in the trenches, helping all these people, speaking their truth and leading people like Trump, or like a pastor, or like a coach that just won a Super Bowl. You just empowered all these men and women to go out and run through a brick wall for you. That's the double-edged sword of having power in your voice. You can lead men and women into battle, or you can lead them off a cliff. Either way, how you choose how to use it. But that's a gift that you have. And they listen to you. That's amazing. So yeah, you have this ability, and then you're a lighthouse on top of that, because your Venus is in 27 degrees. So your aura is just amazing. I feel like you can't go into public places without people noticing you anyway, because like you're just that type of person. When you walk into a room, people are like, "Who is this guy?" And your energy is just so comfortable, calming, comfortable energy that people just open up to you. They just feel like a need to just open up, and they tell you everything. So you have this ability to make people feel comfortable, to make people feel at ease. It's in your second house, your Venus. And you're very much, you function well in friendships and groups. So it's a part of you to have this. You function better when you're in groups and friendships. And you may not always be happy with intimate connections with significant people, but your love is broader and more general. You love just the fact of having a group and having everybody in philanthropic activities and being close relationships. You like the energy of everybody working together collectively. And that 27 degrees makes you a lighthouse, man. Like you definitely are sent here on a mission to do something from God. That's good. That's helping people. That's cool, man. I see it in here. Guys are like telling me, yeah, he's a lighthouse. They're like screaming it. It's in your second house. So your Venus is like, you have the second house is all about artistic expression in your Venus, right? So I think you may also display a fondness for the material things in life right now, like whether it be items or mediumship or exchange of money or finance. Material things ultimately mean more to you than what they are worth, and they're valued for their intrinsic beauty for things. So like even things that like were passed down to you, or things that like you see the beauty in things that others don't. And that's a gift that you have. You just have this ability to kind of attract things to you. And because you attract these things to you very well, it makes you very lucky, very popular. And that's a calling. This is a spiritual calling for you in this. Because you possess this earthy and practical love of nature and arding and nurturing people. It's all about you. It's all about this radiant energy that exuberates from you. And you kind of like, just like I was saying with Heather, you are a spiritual battery for people. You enliven people with your speech, your presence. And then when you're in public, when you're around people just they have this inherent comfortability with you to drop their guard and just be able to share their stories with you and their stuff that they wouldn't tell anybody else. And because you make them feel comfortable to do that. And that's a special gift to do that. Because a lot of people just won't open up to people naturally off of just a regular conversation. So you can't go out and have conversations with people and it not be a deep conversation. I'll say that. It doesn't happen for you. It's always a deep conversation with people, whether it be strangers or family members. Yeah, just a lot in here. And your Jupiter's in Scorpio at 28 degrees. So this is another expansion. You're just like me. I have a Jupiter in Scorpio too. We're real deep. You pretty much, your consciousness has expanded so much that you knew about a lot of things before they were things, before they happened. Like probably knew about the jab before the public knew. You probably knew about it's because Source has been talking to you and showing you different things. God has been showing you things through people on your news feed. Things just pop up and gravitate. Energy, these information of energy just gravitates to you, and your knowledge base of understanding of what's happening. You were well informed way before you had to make a decision or move out of the way of the storm coming. You just were you knew about a lot of things before they were things, and that's because it was a calling in your life to be in the position that you're in. And you're definitely an interesting person in this movement. I would say that having this in your alignment for you, you have excellent focus and you're a good worker because of this. Having that Scorpio and Jupiter, you have good judgment skills with this, and your constant sense of what's important to you. So that's a major takeaway from that. And this can make you fond of the occult a little bit, or other type of esoteric knowledge, not necessarily the occult, but life and death, the occult, philosophy, psychology, astrophysics, anything that's mysterious, taboo, that's not necessarily talked about in mainstream. I think that you already are kind of researching and kind of interesting, and it's like a magnet for you to kind of figure this out. And you kind of I think you possess the powers of being a healer or a mystic because of this, being your Jupiter's in Scorpio. So, and you are a healer, like all around, hands down. You are a physical and I would almost say spiritual healer too, because of that Mercury and that Venus that you got, man. Like you're definitely God has you on a mission. You are definitely one of these angels down here doing your service for humanity. And I really appreciate you let me do this reading for you, brother.
Well, I appreciate you, brother. You pretty much nailed it on a lot of things, I believe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Man, you're a lighthouse, brother. Like you have that within you, man, and it's always been within you, and like now is the time for you to kind of like let it out and let it be seen, let it know to help people, because you do best when you're in groups where you can help a lot of people and people can kind of gauge with your energy, but you help people so much, make it make sense. And a lot of people who are confused, if they come into your vicinity, you have them grounded and seeing reality and they're back on track. And that's, I think, what you're here to do. You're here to kind of get all these lost souls and these people who have a hard time with life and with life right now, and to get them to feel comfortable, get them up to speed with things, and get them back into the game here. Because a lot of things are going on. A lot of people are having hard times collecting, but for you, it's like you're like this beacon of light that people can kind of rely on. And that's one of your gifts, man, is to be this healer that you are, and to make things make sense for people. And you're really good at doing that.
Well, I appreciate that, and that's wild that you say you're grounded, because I started my own little chat room there about 3 or 4 months ago. And I mean, it's just a small room; it's only 1,000 people. But right before I sign off, because I'm still working,
Mm-hmm.
so I can't stay on all hours of the night like a lot of people do. So before I sign off, last thing I say to them is, everybody stay grounded. Vike out.
Yes, yes, you are, dude. I'm telling you, man. I appreciate you letting me look at your chart, because yeah, you definitely have that ability to influence and help other souls. And grounding is very important, and keeping your head on a swivel. Because a lot of people will get carried away with what they see, but when they come into your vicinity, it's like you have this calmness about you that allows people to kind of be at ease, to really calm their mind, calm their bodies, calm everything. It's like a presence about you. And that's why I believe you're so popular. You have this strong group of people that love and support you, because you are a natural conduit of light and love, brother, for these people. And just keep speaking your truth, keep doing what you're doing, because you're on a mission, man, and this is what you were here to do. It's in your chart, so all in your chart.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Um, yeah, that all resonated pretty well.
That's awesome. Yeah, man, it's awesome. That's awesome. Did you already pull a card for him, Stacy?
Yes, he got the shark, which was watching out for his intuitions and things.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Because your intuitions are spot on, man. So, just be keen to what's shown in front of you, because God puts a lot of things in front of you through people. And you have this ability to perceive things ahead, way ahead before it happens. That's one of your gifts. Is like you can kind of see, you can kind of time travel a little bit and kind of see events happening before it happens, and you can decide if you want to go down that road or not, or choose to. Just trust your instincts, trust your intuition, because your intuition is spot on. It's like God speaking to you in your ear a lot of times. And he's like, okay, this is going to happen next. This is what you got to be prepared for. This is what you need to focus on. It's not coming yet, but it's coming, and that's kind of what you're here to do, is kind of get these messages and deliver out to everybody and have everybody be on the same page, and be the person that you are. And just keep shining your light, my friend.
Always will. Always will.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Where are we at on time here?
There's a few people that joined, so if you want a reading, raise your hand, tap the button, and we'll open. Okay, Jennifer.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Jennifer.
Tap the blue button, Jennifer, and then you could.
Yeah. How you doing, Jennifer?
You're currently muted, Jennifer, so unmute
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, just hit that blue button and turn it green, and yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, we're all lighthouses in here, man. I love it that everybody's finding their own individual power, because it's all aligned for our purpose in these readings. Okay, so like everything that I'm saying to you guys are already somewhat already doing, and sometimes it takes a total stranger to kind of have to remind you that, like, hey, you're here for a reason. Okay, everything's by design. You're not a mistake on your birth. Okay, that's what they get you to believe, is that that you have to be somebody else. But no, God doesn't make mistakes. Okay, you were here specifically for a reason, and you have to sometimes let those alignments in our charts mature for those things, those abilities and things to come out within us. And we don't give those time to mature those things, because they have us inverting the divine feminine and masculine down here and have us believe that we're not who we are. So we have to remember our power, remember who we are. And sometimes hearing it from a stranger and reading your chart is the best way to remember, because it's already within you. Your natal chart is the blueprint to your past, to your soul, the universal alignment. Everything. God doesn't make mistakes of exactly when you're born to the time you're born. That dot on the line there connects to everything in the universe for you, and that's how it is. It's within all of us.
So I think Jennifer's having second
Having
thought.
mic issues. Okay.
But blue 777.
Hi,
Adriana.
Oh. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. Thank you.
Okay. Would you like a natal chart reading this evening?
Please.
Okay.
My name is Adrian Blewett. My birthday is 12/16/59.
Okay.
And I'm a hairstylist.
Oh, all right. What time were you born, Adrian?
You know, I never knew that. I asked Mother one time, but I don't remember if she told me.
What location were you born in?
I'm feeling like it was in the evening time, because the type of person I am, because
Okay.
I hardly sleep. I can't cut my mind off.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Do you know a roundabout time? Do you have like a time you think you might have been, like 9 o'clock, or you? I'm just gonna put.
You know, I just don't know. All I feel in my heart since I was 16 was like the afternoon.
Okay. Okay. How about what location were you born in?
Dallas, Texas.
Okay. All right. Let me look this up real quick. Well, I guess Stacy, if you want to do, while I look this up here.
Do you have a question, or do you want me just to pull an oracle card for you, Blue?
Yes, the oracle card.
Okay. I was getting that you needed an animal card, so let me see what animal card you get here.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay, so for you, I got, let's see, where's the video?
I always wonder why they never put it on the birth certificate, the timing.
Yeah.
Because they don't want you knowing your time. A lot of these, and they don't put it on a birth certificate. Then a lot of these hospitals know exactly what they're doing. A lot of them are in these esoteric studies, and they didn't want you knowing who you are because a lot of them know about this. That's why
And you're right, because when I was born, I remember I asked mother, because it's like I was the last kid, and it's like I had to learn myself how to hold a pencil, and I was always a watcher, and, it's like they got tired when they got to me. I mean, and so I remember that when I was born, the back then the nurses filled out the birth certificate for the mothers back in the days. And I remember talking to my insurance agent, and him and I were talking, and I remember when he was saying a lot of nurses, he said the same thing I thought. And he said a lot of us spelled people's names wrong. And so when I got in the 7th grade, I was always, because it was back in the time when Kennedy got shot, and mother was ironing, and all of a sudden she burst out crying, and I was wondering what is going on. So when I started school after 3.5 years old, that was the thing that they showed on TV on the visual aid all day, and yeah, I'll never forget. And I always used to ask myself, what I want to know before I die, who shot Kennedy? Because I saw the world loving this man. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Now for Blue, I got the elk for you. And it says, stand tall and maintain your dignity no matter what, and others will treat you with the respect that you deserve. So I'll send you a picture of that card to you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
That really has a lot to do with what I just did with my sister. I was being her caretaker. It was so, because I've been talking to her about, first I begged her for 2 years. Why would you go and get a COVID shot? And they didn't shut your business down like they did mine. I said, have you killed anybody since you've been going back? And so, but she went and did it. And I knew that something was wrong, especially because she had other culpabilities. And then it came about. And I prayed to God that I didn't create that by seeing that. And so, yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
And I wasn't treated that nice when I was down there, because I was battling with the nurse, and I'm like, okay, why would you take her? You just put her cells back, her white cells back. And the next day I took her to treatment, and she asked her, did she want to take a COVID test? And I'm like, no, like, go away. No. And of course, my sister, she took it. And then I said, why did you do that? I said, at least let us talk about it. You can do what you want. And then it turned out I get home after I'm finished, with my part of the helping her. She calls me and says, you need to get a COVID test. I'm like, girl, I don't believe in all that. I said, Jesus is my test, and plus I was taking all my protocol stuff, knowing I was going down there. And so she blamed me because they put her out the hotel at the cottage because she lives so far away. And, I've been so down with that, but I'm like, and so now, she calls and apologizes. Oh, it was other people. I'm like, Girl. No, I've just been praying about it. It's been really bothering me.
Right. Well, you have Sagittarius in 23 degrees, so you have this psychic, I would say almost spiritual aspect to life that you kind of perceive life. It's been like this your whole life. You can kind of see things, and
Yeah,
you're being talked to through people, through your interactions within your environment. Since a young age, it's been like this your whole life.
it
Uh,
has.
and I think you're really direct. You're a forthright person. You're good natured. You have a positive outlook in life. You're extremely you don't hold back on what you want to say things, um, and which can kind of get you in trouble at times, but it's
It
okay.
it it,
Uh,
it does, because sometimes I want to hold my hands up to my mouth when I want to say something.
right.
Because and
And sometimes speaking your truth is what people need to hear. Um, uh, laughing it off sometimes is a good pattern disruptor for you to kind of raise the frequency when you have interactions that are awkward with people. So it's really good for you to do that. And you have like this adventurous spirit that loves to take risks and to have fun, and you're curious about everything around you. It's a part of who you are. It's 23 degrees is a very high spiritual alignment for people. Those people are very psychic when they have those alignments with people, and um it's in your first house, so it's like you're coming into your power. You're discovering who you are right now. You're really aware consciously who you are, and you have a strong willpower to get things done. You're very ambitious. You radiate this energy of love, and it attracts people to you. People like to be around you, and you're likely to have good health because of this, because of this energy that you put out and high enthusiasm. I think you perceive life as a challenge, and you go at it like very courageously and independently, and you're just a natural leader. You seek freedom from controlling government forces and to have your own power. Like you're very hyper aware of society and the government. You don't want to be told things that go against your will, and you're
wow,
very aware of that.
wow, that's
Um,
so true.
so that's also in your chart because it's in your first house in your sun sign at 23 degrees. It's like I think you're at your best when you can kind of demonstrate your own independence in a way that doesn't interfere anybody else's, doing your own thing and leading by example. That's when you can really help people. Like not like kind of showing like helping your sister or your friend, like, hey, this is what you should be doing, and I'm doing it. You know what I mean? And by you doing it, they will follow suit because they see you doing it, and
Right.
that's that kind of energy, for you. Now the reason why you're such a caring person is you have this Cancer moon at 8 degrees, so you're very intuitive, and you're very caring and a nurturer for people. So you're very protective of yourself and others in your family, and you're very sensitive to others and can almost be too well developed. Like this will make you very psychic too, having this Cancer moon, because you're very in tune to other people's needs, and what they need. So you intuitively know, and you have like this calling to be a nurturer, to help people. There are feelings of vulnerability with this position of old habits and patterns that you can't kind of avoid, but this can make your moods change very variably because you feel for so many people, and because it's in 8 degrees, you're always transmuting energy of people around you. I think that's one of your gifts, is the fact that you can make people feel loved and comfortable, and you take this negative energy that they have and you kind of like make it go away. And sometimes it can make you moody doing
It
that.
does. It does. That's where I am now. Wow.
Yeah, and it's in your seventh house, so the relationships with your family, your interpersonal relationships are very important to you. You're very social, and you're very popular between your family and friends, and I think you feel comfortable when you're in a partnership with somebody who gives the same energy back to you right now. Being it's in your moon, I think this can make you easily emotionally dependent on other people, so you have to be careful of that, but. Um, This also may also have you attract sensitive or moody people, so you can nurture like people who are dependent on you, because you're such a great nurturer that people will be dependent on you to nurture them. You got to be careful of that.
I,
Like
I,
a
so right. Yes.
Yeah. But and this could be a hard time for you perceiving yourself as a separate, unique individual outside of these relationships with people because you're constantly self-sacrificing and helping these people, and sometimes you'll lose identity of yourself. So it's important for you to learn how to value your own emotional needs and wants and desires, independent of those people that you're helping, because you need help too. I mean, you need a break sometimes, and you have things that need to get done, and once you do that, I think you'll find peace for yourself. And if you already aren't doing it, but you're naturally a nurturer, okay, and people will probably come to you for solace for a lot of things, and you can perceive a lot of things now. You have a really good memory now, so because of that, now you're um um this Jupiter. I don't know if this is this alignment because the time does affect a lot of the chart and the houses and the planets, but it says you have a Jupiter in Sagittarius, so that to me tells me that you are very much aware of what's happening in the world. You're very optimistic. You're very lucky because you're a Sagittarius, first of all, and then you have this ruling planet that's Jupiter. That's also Sagittarius. It's like a double decadent. You know what I mean? So it brings
Wow.
an extra planet of luck to you,
Oh
and you're
my.
very freedom loving with this. Your luck just seems to find your way. Things just fall in your lap at the right times, and it's in the 15-degree range. So it's kind of like your guides are like showing you that you can manifest these things in your life for you very quickly when you put your mind to things. And I think it's like you kind of need to be around natural surroundings to kind of balance yourself, to make yourself feel recharged. I have that thing, but a lot of the things you do when you're downtime, you love to research. You love to learn new stuff, and you're constantly researching. You're constantly opening your horizons, expanding your knowledge base, your skills, and you're generally quite successful at whatever you do. And you put your life, whatever you decide to do, you're pretty good at. Um, so I don't think you care much about material success, um, or any work that motivates your ideals will capture your undivided attention. That's really what it is. It's not about the money. It's about really helping people for you. Um, because I don't
So
know,
right.
I mean, that's what I'm feeling here. Um, and it's all about higher education, for you, devoting your principles to metaphysics, philosophy of life, learning about yourself and others around you, and to better yourself and others around you. That's what I think it's about for you, because you're so aware of the bigger picture with things. Um, that we tend to miss out on the details when you have a Jupiter in Sagittarius. You tend to dismiss the little details because you see the bigger picture of everything. So a lot of it, like you probably were, like you said, you probably knew about COVID way before COVID was a thing because of this expansion of your mind, of your consciousness being so expanded in Sagittarius.
You
And
know,
it can be
I
intense.
knew it. I'm sorry. I knew it when I was in the 70s.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
and I got the flu, and my dad used to say, get a little tea and a little hot toddy, sweat it out, and you're good. Dad used to say, that's like detoxing your body. Because we didn't run to the doctor every time back in them. It was a family taking care. And
Yeah.
so when the flu shot came, I was like, oh no, I'm not going to do that. Because I
Yeah.
knew it was going to lead to something, because I always wondered, why did my mom have 5 healthy children and only one could have children?
Mm.
And that was when I researched about, what was her name? Sanger, you know, yeah,
Okay.
wanted to get rid
Interesting.
of, yeah, Margaret Sanger. That's when
Oh,
I read
Margaret Sanger.
about her.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah,
yeah.
you are. I would say, yeah, you're definitely a healer. I mean, everybody here is a healer to a degree. It depends on where our alignments are, but like you just have this ability to nurture, and you have the psychic abilities. You definitely have angelic abilities. I would say almost to a point where God talks to you a lot through your environment, through people that you engage with, through your own self and the visions that you see. He's talking to you. Okay. So just pay attention to those things. Trust in your spirit and your heart that things will be done for you. You're on your path of things. And keep bringing the nurturer that you are, because I believe that like you do bring solace to people that are in need of that right now. And whatever you're doing to help them, keep doing it. And your close family, like they look at you as like the overall mom figure, the matriarch of the family, because you are like that kind of nurturer. I feel it.
Yeah. Sometimes they don't like it because I can't help it but speak my truth.
Well, you got to, because there's a lot of truth that needs to be spoken, because it's been holding all this truth from us. So some of the truth might not align to their ideals, but hey, that's a part of it. As long as you spoke your truth, it might not resonate with them right away, but eventually, all these truths become facts. So,
They really do. Thank you.
you're welcome. Thank you. Okay.
We
We
have
got
two
another.
more people that were in line.
Okay.
So I don't know. Nobody else is raising their hand after the next two. If you want to
Yeah.
keep going or say just those last two till next time, it's up to
Yeah,
you.
we'll do that. We'll keep it at these last two till next time, and then
Okay. So we
that
have
way.
Sunshine 777 and then Sovereign Redneck Renegade after her.
I think I
I'll
did
open up
sunshine. Did I do sunshine earlier?
No,
I think I
she's
did.
raising her hand. So let's see. Go
I
ahead,
think I.
Sunshine.
I think I did
No,
sunshine
you
earlier.
already read me.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
I'm sorry, I hit the button.
Oh, you're
Sorry.
good,
Okay, honey.
sunshine.
Okay.
Oh, Sovereign Redneck's in here. What's up, brother? Good seeing you, man. I listen to him all the time. What's going on, Sovereign Redneck? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. I just saw you guys pop on here a little bit ago. I thought, my gosh, I got to hop in here and see what everybody's talking about, because you guys are right up my alley, brother.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, brother.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like a natal chart reading and a tarot reading today? What's your
Yeah, absolutely.
sure? What's your birthday, time you were born, and location?
All right. Birth date is 11/8/70.
Okay.
Location was Nevada.
Okay.
And I believe it was like 9:33 a.m. in the morning.
Okay. Is it Las Vegas, Nevada, or do you know what city?
Elko County, Nevada.
Elko. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me see here. Let me see. While Stacy's gonna
And
pull
Stacy.
cards while I do this here. I'm looking this up.
Yeah, did you have a question, like a specific question? Or do you just want a card?
Yeah, I mean, I've I love everything that has transpired in this Great Ascension Harvest right now. And I have I've never actually had a reading done in my entirety, actually. I've wanted to do that, but I don't think I never have allowed my shield to come down to have that happen for myself. I've always guided other people to other individuals to have that done for themselves. So I'm just interested to see.
Interesting.
Okay. Would you like a what you need to know,
Pull some
grow,
cards
and
for
let
him.
grow? Maybe.
Yeah, pull some cards for him, Stacy. That'd be cool.
Sure.
Okay. Do a little shuffling here.
Interesting. Yeah. You shuffling cards, Stacey?
Yeah, I'm doing the no, grow, and let go. So sometimes I have to kind of like really
Yeah.
study them to try to figure
Okay.
out what message is that they're wanting me to tell them about what needs to
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So
And I got a
go
message
ahead,
for him
and I'm
too.
going to tune in to what I've got some cards, but I want to make sure that I'm giving the right message.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah. Sovereign Redneck, brother, you are on a mission, man. You are meant to be in the position that you are in, man. You are very, I would say, very much of a psychic individual, very much of a mental healer for people. You're very psychic. You have a Scorpio sun and 15 degrees, and it's in your 11th house. So you have this concentration of your vitality force and that belongs in a function as a part of a group consciousness right now and integrate with the human family. Like you're very much here to help people integrate who they are and what they are. You enjoy memberships of groups and individual friends, and you may find your identity in that way of who you are right now because you're drawn to the collective awareness and that has a specific social, humanitarian, religious, or political purpose in whatever group that is. So it's like your sense of group awareness leads you to become a focus of leadership within a group. Like you become this leader because of who you are. You're discovering who you are and within the group itself. And that's interesting, being that you are this mental healer because your mind is very powerful. I almost want to say you're very psychic because you have a lot of water in your chart, being that you have this Pisces moon and this Scorpio sun. But like, yeah, you're very much a natural healer. That's somebody who's really charismatic, and you have a shrewd judge of people's motives. It's like you can kind of perceive people, and you know exactly what's going on. It's like these visions come in your mind. I almost want to say you have a lot of vivid dreams or daydreams, a
I
lot,
do.
and they tell you and they talk to you, and it's like they become real. And that's
Can
because
I
it's.
actually Can I add
Mhm,
upon that, brother? Because you're melting my heart right now. All right.
mhm.
I mean, my wife's sitting here listening to this, and her mouth's just like she's agreeing and nodding with you 1,000%, and it's funny. But I left the organized religion back in 2010, and I
Mhm.
became a spiritualist. Um, and I was a bloodline in the Mormon Church, and I left that organization. Uh, because I knew that there was a shifting that was taking place within my own soul that was happening. And in 2010, I started having interactions with Raphael the Archangel. And
Mm.
then in 2012, I had an audience with Christ Yeshua Sananda.
That's awesome.
And that really woke me up to everything. And Yeshua's, he referred to me as Elias Melchizedek.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know why he was calling me that name, and then he
Mm-hmm.
explained to me that, you're of he said that I was of the royal house of Lyra, but I also am of the eternal order of the Melchizedek, the blue
Mm-hmm.
order.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I still didn't know at that time what that meant. And of course, the
Mm-hmm.
last 10 years, I've discovered these different things about myself. And it makes complete sense in what you're saying, because that's the only reason why I got into this, started this community 4 years ago, because I wanted to guide people in this great ascension harvest and help prepare them at a conscious level so that they can actually help their families and do the same thing. Because I
Oh
felt
man,
compelled that I need to guide people into these journeys for them. And wow, brother.
man. Speaking of brother, you part of my soul family, man. I already feel it.
I
Where's
I
the lyric?
have no doubt. I have no doubt.
That's amazing. Well, yeah, you have that within you, brother. Like this is a calling for you. to be in the position that you're in, because you have this ability you have this personal magnetism about you and great powers of persuasion, or even the ability to coerce others. Like you have this strong willpower and this ability to achieve your goals and to make people understand on a deeper level of who they really are. And that's a part of who you are, because your moon kind of tells me this, because the moon rules your emotional side, right? But it's in Pisces at 14 degrees, and it makes you very psychic, very much people related. See, Pisces moons are very sweet and gentle people, but they're natural visionaries, and they're very poetic, and they have very sensitive the spiritual values. So if the spiritual values don't align to their highest good, they can kind of detect that very easily, and that's probably why you left the church and you kind of went on your own here. But you're very compassionate and empathetic with other people. And that's the key, is you have to kind of, and the reason why you're probably kind of standoffish with giving everybody energy is because you're hyper aware that, because you have great sympathy for the downtrodden and disadvantaged. You don't like to see people, in bad situations. Any negative chaos environments, it reflects on you, because you're like a spiritual sponge, and you kind of take on their energy a lot of the time. So you're highly aware of that, and you don't put yourself in situations to where your energy is being drawn or drained, because you can kind of perceive it or feel it. And it's kind of like, so you need like a serene environment to balance you out. Like the nature is your best friend. Grounding is your best friend. Because it gets you back to your equilibrium so fast, when you're able to kind of disconnect from things. And that's where I think that's where you're really good at, because you can kind of connect to people in ways to where you feel for them. Like, you really feel for people when they tell you their stories. And sometimes some of these stories can drain your energy, so you have to kind of be protective of it. But like at the same time, like, you're such a great healer, because you can put yourself in their shoes, and then you can help them understand what's going on, what they're perceiving. And it's in the third house for you. So emotional sensitivity in response to thinking and intellect is key in this area for you, because your mind is ever alert for new information, and your moods are linked to your mental prowess. So how your mind is and how your mood's going to be. So you may feel anxious, caused by your habit of constantly questioning ideas and concepts around the world around you, or you might be at peace with yourself because you're at peace. Your mind's at peace. So your mind is definitely connected to your mood, because it's in your third house. But because of that, each answer you find can be the source of another question for your mind to ponder on, because your thinking process may always be moving. It's like your brain's always running. You're likely to be kind of it can all make you kind of easily distracted sometimes, instead of able to concentrate on things, or you need constant mental activity, which can lead to reckless nervous system. So grounding yourself is key. Like, that's probably what my guides keep telling me, is grounding. Because the thing about the third house is they don't like routine. They like to kind of let things flow, and they need constant mental stimulation. Short journeys and personal studies are beneficial to you. So stuff that you can kind of go in and really dig your teeth into, and not like draw your whole energy all day is good, because you need a variety of stimulation and a mental environment in order to feel comfortable and satisfied. You need to be stimulated mentally and challenged a little bit mentally for you to get the satisfaction, to move on and get past whatever that is. And this makes you very in your head a lot, but also can make you very telepathic, very psychic, and very in tune to people. So you're a natural leader with this. You can take large amounts of information and disseminate information and bring it to the public of what you learned.
I
So this is why I think
I do all the time. Yeah, I do.
You're
I get
natural at this.
downloads. I get downloads in the quantum fields. I get downloads from the heavenly kingdoms, the angelic realms, and I'm constantly providing that information. Anybody that's wanting to listen to those things, and I'm a conduit or something. I'm not sure what it is, but it just comes through me, and I don't sleep very well at night, so because it's always coming through me, and it seems to me I know that I'm often active, probably in the astral at nighttime.
Oh yeah, yes,
So,
yes, you are highly active. People who have it in the middle of their degrees are very active in the astral. And
mm,
like I don't remember my dreams a lot, but I know I'm active because I'll wake up with bruises and stuff.
mhm.
And but you have like this and then you have the spiritual connection quality in your rising because you have this fire drive rising in Sagittarius, which are Sagittarius rising. They're very direct, forthright. They have good nature. You have this optimism about you that you can see the grass is green on the other side. You have this is what people see. This like you're holding this blazing torch and you're able to kind of show people the way. This is where a calling from God is calling from you, from source. Like you come across as this honest, forthright guy with a strong moral nature, yet you're also very fun loving and you like to laugh. And that's good because that's a pattern disruptor. It's breaking the frequency and raising the vibrations of everyone around you. And Sagittarius is really kind of associated with idealism, religion, philosophy, and their quest for freedom. And that's where it is. It's like a quest for freedom for you and to kind of lead the way for people to find their own freedom within their self, their own sovereignty within their self. And you are, this will make you very friendly and well liked at 23 degrees. It's like you give off this glow, this aura about you, that people just love. And
Thank
that's good.
you.
That's good, man. You're very
Thank you,
generous,
brother.
easygoing. You're curious about the world around you. This lover of nature and enthusiasm. It's contagious at 23 degrees. So people, it rubs off on you when you go out and you do these things and these shows. People love that energy and they feed off of it. It empowers them, and that's part of your mission to be down here to do that. And have that in your alignment. Seeing here. Let me see. I think you also have another one of your gifts too is your Mercury. You're similar to Viking, similar to a couple other people I've read in here, but you have power in your voice, my friend. When you speak, people listen, and it reaches to the soul. Mercury and Scorpios, they have such mental observational powers, and it runs strong and deep for them. Okay,
Yes.
they have this deep seated urge to communicate and to connect to other people, and like your will is strong, and you have a passion for discovering the truth behind the surface of appearances. That's a natural gift that you have. I think you and Crystal the Pistol have the same kind of alignment in Scorpio. But you guys are very powerful leaders, teachers, and great observational skills. Like your discernment is so spot on. You can't. There's nothing you can get behind you guys when you guys see things.
Well, it's
I think
always
your penetration.
comical because, my wife often reminds me, she goes, source puts you in these situations. And when there's light that needs to be brought, or when there's a darkness that needs to be brought out into the light, you are put in these situations and it always manifests to that degree. It's not comfortable by any means because it's always in the back of my mind that if I'm going into certain new relationships or initiatives or opportunities, it's not because it's to benefit me. It's actually usually benefiting other people because I'm always drawn out and bringing that light, shedding that light into the situation, behind the situation type of thing, so.
That's amazing. Yeah, it's that 11th house energy, man. Like the 11th house is all about like strong mental connection between inner and awareness of others and in friendships or in group settings. So like your social motivations are strong and like you want to help humanity. You're a natural humanitarian, I feel. And you strive in the communication and contact with other people, like to advance the cause of humanitarian ideas. You are the guy that's leading the way for helping others and setting these plans and getting into motion. And you are that guy. I think you have this inquisitive and scientific mind and excellent powers of making things make sense for people right now. And because it's in your 11th house, that's what makes you such a great teacher because you make things make sense. And you're really good at it, and you're really good at judging character. So people tend to go to people who are speaking the truth. And because you kind of say it for what it is, and you break it down why, that's partially part of your gifts, man. You don't hold back, and you kind of slice through, and you use that sword of truth to kind of guide your way here. I think you enjoy learning in the company of others who share your interests and curiosities. So that's part of that 11th house energy. And you're in tune to how people with a collective sharing a great idea. So the more wide range of dynamics of emotions of people that you're a natural conduit for group awareness. So you are a conduit. and with this 11th house energy, I feel. And this makes you a leader in any group dynamic. Any group dynamic that you're in, you become a leader in because you just know how to kind of command a room, how to help people, and kind of focus that energy into being of service to others. So this is a gift that you have.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Well, I appreciate this so very much. I'm honored, and I am truly blessed, brother. I mean, I
Oh,
really
thank
am.
you,
My
man.
heart is full, and thank you so very much. I
Oh,
appreciate you beyond
you're welcome.
words. I just appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate you too, my friend. I appreciate you. And if you guys can please follow Salvin Redneck, man. I love his
He's awesome. I love his
yeah, he's
channel.
awesome. I've been following you for a while, man, and I listen to whenever you come online. I do listen to your lives, and I've been following you for a minute, brother. So I enjoy what you're posting. Keep doing what
Thank
you're
you.
doing, my friend.
Hey,
I will.
Brad, does Sovereign Redneck know your Sarge's co-host?
I
What?
don't know.
Icons 2020?
Oh,
He
I
might.
love
I mean,
Sarge. I didn't know
I'm
that.
on Sergeant Show all the time. Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
he's the
all
co-host.
right. I'm gonna have to hop on over there, and the next time you guys do a live.
yeah. I'm Sergeant's Code. Now I know you formally. Now I can, when I see you come in there, I'll say hi to you. Me and Kathy are admins in there, and we're always So whenever Sarge goes live, we try to get everybody together in the community. And you and Viking are one of these people, and these men in these communities that are helping lift the communities up. Both of you guys. So we would always love to hear what you guys have to say because you guys are
Right on.
natural leaders and you're all respective rights.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
that,
Oh,
brother.
I'm honored.
What you say, Viking?
Yeah, I said I
He said he
appreciate
was
that,
on.
brother. I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Stacey,
Yeah.
do you want to give them a reading?
Yeah, so I did just a general what you needed to know, what you needed to grow, and what you needed to let go. So hopefully this resonates with you. So what you
Okay.
need to know is the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles serves as a reminder that success often comes from putting in consistent effort, refining your abilities, and maintaining a strong work ethic. It encourages you to commit to your goals and trust that your dedication and determination will ultimately lead to growth and achievement. What you need to
Wow.
grow is the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is reminding you that it's important to stay focused and keep up the momentum to reach your goals. It's also reminding you that you have the power to achieve what you want, and you should continue to push forward with confidence and optimism. It's time to take the next step in your journey and embrace the opportunities that come your way. It's encouraged you to embrace change and growth. Every experience and obstacle is an opportunity for learning and growth, right?
Yes,
So
absolutely.
keep your focus on the positive outcomes that you want to achieve, and trust that the universe will provide you with opportunities and resources to make it happen. You're being supported and guided on your path towards your higher purpose. And what you need to let go is the Three of Swords. Now, the Three of Swords represents pain caused by words, actions, or intentions on an emotional or physical level. Is it important to acknowledge the pain that you are feeling and take the time to grieve and process the loss? The Three of Swords reminds us that heartbreak is a natural part of life, and it is possible to heal and move forward. And so to do so, we must embrace the painful experience, learn the difficult lessons, and trust that with time, the storm will pass. So I hope that resonated with you.
It did. Thank you so very much. I love you, I'm blown away. I really am. As I said, I've never allowed this to be done for myself. And I just felt, I was drawn to you guys. So I'm so grateful. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yes.
I wasn't able to give you a picture because it wouldn't let me DM you, but I put it on the wall in here.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Speaking
Yes.
of DMs, we were trying to DM you to put you in a private group with Sarge and us.
Sure.
So you might
Yeah.
want to give that information to Brad so we could send you a link.
I'll connect with Brad right now. Let me do that
Okay.
real quick.
Okay.
and that way we can connect, brother. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm just emotional.
Oh, you're fine, brother. Look,
It's
I know you
amazing.
have, you have to keep your guard up, and I know you're hyper aware of it because you know the effect on others have on you. So it's also very important to have that. But you are I think you're like a unifier in a sense that you know the right people to put together to do the right things, and that's what you're
Absolutely.
good at doing. So it's in
Well,
your
thank
chart says that. So this is the
you.
part of who you are, my friend.
Oh, I appreciate it so much, guys. Thank you so much, Divine Ones. You guys are truly amazing, and I am eternally grateful for you. I really am.
Thank you, man. Keep doing what
We're
you're doing, brother.
honored.
You're meant to be here.
Yes, thank you.
All right. That was awesome. Um, so we did go over the time a little bit that I had originally scheduled for this. Um, you guys are amazing in here. I'm gonna start doing these readings more often in here. Like we'll say maybe do on Fridays, maybe every other Friday, probably like that. Whenever Stacy has a chance to do it. And if you guys want full readings from me, I do offer full readings just for an energetic exchange because it's a lot of information. But we go through your galactic chart, your natal chart, and your birthday chart all in one. So if you do want one of those, just DM me. If you want a Reiki healing session from Stacy, I think she charges for like a haircut price for it. Like, and it's very good. So if you have like a need for energy attachment removal, or if you like have trouble sleeping at night or just need to ease your mind, and you want just a clearing, she's a licensed master Reiki practitioner, and she can do it from her home. And I can attest to this, that it has helped me a lot. And I think Kathy needed help one night and it helped her. So,
Oh yeah.
and she does tarot. So please DM her. She's amazing what she does, and she's helps bring healing in a physical aspect to people. And I think that's just one of her gifts, is just being able to do that. She's one of these earth angels. There's a lot of us are earth angels down here, or have a lot of earth angelic tendencies, I would say, because of our alignments. Some of us are just naturally conduits for source, like the beautiful souls that I was just reading, and that's a part of who we are, man. Like we naturally are doing these things, and don't even realize that it's a part of us why we're doing these things. We're meant to be here to do these things at this time, so it's all by design, everyone. So
Hey, Brad, I have a good idea.
mhm.
There's a few people left on here. If they want to DM you, if they did want a reading, we could do them first when we do the next one. Because I
Yeah, so
kind of
yeah,
feel
how about
bad.
that?
You
If
know what
you
I
guys
mean?
want to, yeah. So what we'll do is, I'll probably reschedule another. We'll probably do this next Friday, maybe. We'll do it maybe once a week. I was thinking every 2 weeks, but maybe once a week. And if you guys are interested, we'll do these little free readings in here. And if you want a reading from me, a mini reading, just DM me so I can write you down the list. And then when next Friday comes, we'll do this again. And same with Stacy. And if you want a full reading from me, I highly advise you to do it, because a lot of you guys, I feel in my spirit, are in my soul family, and a lot of you guys are. Mickey, that's in here, is Crystal, Viking,
Hi, Mickey.
Stop Redneck.
Hi,
Everybody is in here is in my soul family. You guys are we're all
Mickey.
incarnated at the same places. And when you find out that galactically we have these connections from these different star nations that's within us, that's why we're all star seeds, all of us. That's why it's like it's kind of interesting how we all kind of come together to find each other, and how we all kind of relate to each other, because we all have a sense nature about us that's all interconnected, deeper than what we expect on the surface, on a soul level. So, yeah, if you would like to have that done, just DM me if you want the mini reading, and I'll put your name on the list, and I'm gonna set the timer for next Friday, and we'll do it at the same time. And yeah, I really enjoyed this. This is amazing, guys.
Hey Deb, can I just chime in? And I just want to let everybody know too about Stacy, just to give feedback as well. she truly is it is such a fantastic experience. It was amazing both times for me, and I'm hollering at you for setup ASAP anyway, sister. But her presence is angelic. Deb is another, I mean, just amazing, just a reader and seer, and yeah, everybody. And it's just, you guys are awesome. I just want to let people know, though, that definitely have it done. You'll love it. You will, and these are such beautiful family members of us all. So
Yep.
I love them.
Oh,
When you
that's
driving
Mickey.
down to visit again, girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
happy to. Yes,
Um,
anytime.
You feeling
Yeah,
okay, Mickey?
yeah. Having one of them,
Well,
energizing days.
drive down and bring your eagle.